Hey, good morning, guys. This is Rusty 78609 in Central Texas, and this is Saturday, the 7th of October, 2017. One day closer to me getting my RV. I hope next week. I'm getting the Twitters. I'm getting Twitter baited, I guess, or whatever. Anyway, listen. Hey, Google. Good morning.
Good morning, Rusty. The time is 7:16 a.m. Currently in Burnett it's 69 and mostly cloudy. Today, it'll be partly cloudy with a forecasted high of 88 and a low of 58. Have a great day.
You too, dog. The reason it's kind of slow on the response is because I have a very slow internet connection. Okay, I mean, I'm on the fringe of Verizon, and I use my Verizon phone as a hotspot. And so that's why that is. If you had a good internet connection, it would just be instant response. Hey, Google, tell me a joke.
Okay, here you go. How did the hipster burn his mouth? He sipped his coffee before it was cool.
I wonder who does their jokes. I mean, you know, they got to be politically correct, okay? So they got to be just lukewarm, so to speak. Anyway, this is from, also, thumbs up to you people that use the Amazon link. I noticed there were some purchases made yesterday, and I appreciate it because I get a little commission. For you new guys, I'll be brief. I'm an Amazon affiliate. I put an Amazon link in every description. If you use the link and go to Amazon and buy any products during that shopping session, I get a small commission that costs you nothing. It's a good way to help out the channel and a good way for you to get some products, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it works. And for those of you that are using the links in the description and going to Amazon, thank you very much. And having said that, moving on to EMIN3M217. That's actually somebody's name. And this is about Prius camping when I was in my class P, so to speak. P for Prius. What year is the Prius? It is a 2013, or was a 2013 package 2. This is on Tiny Homes. Jesse. Great video, but why does this guy sound like Dr. Phil? I don't even know who Dr. Phil is. Grandma Patty, that was a beautiful, pleasant ride. Well, thank you, Grandma Patty. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Joe 9209, somewhere in an RV. I wish. Scotty on comment call 2 times. Cool comment call, Rusty. Are the joke okay on the Google Home speaker, Rusty? Yes, they're okay. They're not, sometimes I don't understand them, but they do okay. This is William on the RV industry. It says, anxious for you to get on the road in your new travel trailer. As you are well aware, you may find things wrong with the trailer. Take it from me who has had many new trailers. All of them have things wrong at first. Yeah, you know, it's usually little stuff, hopefully. I believe that you have made a wise purchase and can customize it as you go along, ending up with much more for your needs and at a lot less cost. I believe that too. Lastly, they are not providing a battery. No, are they not providing a battery and a full propane tank when you pick it up? Now, that being said, let's go camping and show us some more of that beautiful state of yours. Okay. Yes, it comes with a Group 27 deep cycle battery and a spare tire mounted on the rear and a full propane tank, one 20-pound tank, one of the small ones, like you go to get at Walmart, which is fine with me. Those big ones I don't like to lift anymore anyway. Comment called Joyce. My Chrysler Town & Country van has a towing capacity of 3,500 pounds. What would be the heaviest trailer I could realistically tow? What type of hitch should I have installed? Your expertise would be appreciated. Okay, well, you know, as far as what you can tow, I mean, you can go to the max if you want to, but I wouldn't. What I would do is I would cut that in half, say 70. You know, I'd stick around 2,000 pounds in that range. pretty close to that. You could go to 2,000 or 2,500, but it just depends on where you're going. I mean, if you're planning on going into the Rockies and where there's mountains and stuff, the less you're towing, the better off you are. But as far as the hitches, I left a link in my response to Reese Hitches. They have a good breakdown on all the different types of hitches. There's type 2, 3, 4, depending on what you're going to tow. This is Eddie on RV Industry. On October the 6th, 2022, I asked where people would think they were going to be or whatever in several years from now. He says, on October the 6th, 2022, I just hope to be on the earth instead of in it. Cute. PJ Bikerful left a link. Oh, this is on disaster stuff. He left a link to LifeStraw. Thank you, PJ. This is B Bolin 711, disaster stuff. Just stock up on Budweiser. I'm told it comes in cases these days. I'm told if you drink enough of it, nothing really matters anymore. Not sure how I know that. Yeah, that's true. You got to have beer, boy. Ain't no doubt about that. Ernesto, disaster. Rusty, how much food have you stored? What if the supermarkets are empty? The dollar is dying. Watch the food prices and bond market. Well, again, I'm not a doomsdayer, but I keep stuff on hand just because it's convenient. So, if something happened and I went to the store and the shelves were empty, I've got enough to get by for a month probably. Just what I would do, I'd immediately cut back to just one small meal a day. That's it. Whatever, because the body can go. You can go for months on one small meal a day. I guarantee you. This is Wayne on disaster. Can you use the LifeStraw if you spill your beer? The answer there, Wayne, is never ever spill a beer. David, disaster. In my opinion, there's nothing more practical than preparing for water or H2O survival, and you just introduced 2 easy ways to do it. I'm ordering them, and I'll thank my lucky stars if I'm ever in need. Thanks, partner. Yeah, you can't go long without water. Okay, and here's what happens. If you're forced to drink water that is not fresh, it may kill you anyway. All right, or you're going to be miserable with diarrhea and crap that you may never recover from. And so if you can filter it, do it. Debbie, disaster. She says Berkey's filtration can drink the dirtiest water. Yeah, you can look at camping gear, if you're really interested in that stuff, because there's all kind of things available. I mean, you can load up. But I just wanted to do something really economical. I budgeted $50, for the whole operation, but I don't know, maybe it's a couple of years ago for all. It's been a long time. And anyway, and then that way I would have it. I mean, that put me, I'm at peace of mind on that issue. Disaster, Avlisk. It says, Yule, you've come back. That's Yule somebody, the old nature guy, living off plants and stuff. I think he left a link. Thank you. This is Joyce on RV Industry. I think that every state building, oh yeah, because I ended at the tax office in Burnett, Texas, the big building, and there's other offices in there too. They got the probation office, they've got the license plate renewal, and I don't know, the municipal court and some other stuff. But anyway, Joyce says, I think every state building has full parking lots most of the time. And in regards to the quality of stuff, they say if you get something that was built on Wednesday, it will be okay. At least that's what I've heard. That was a very peaceful drive. I enjoy them. Thank you for taking me along. Stay safe and continue RVing. As long as I can, I will, Joyce. You can bet on that. Disaster. This is Nicolo, I guess, Nicolo. Rule of 3-3-3. 3 minutes without air, gone. 3 days without water, gone. 3 weeks without food for a fit person or soldier, whatever, was the general rule. Though most people might be 2-2-2. Yeah, that's true, given the fitness levels. He's right. You're right about that. And yeah, you know, it's just a matter of peace of mind with me. I mean, well, I hope I never need it. Joyce on the disaster stuff. I have heard that Berkey's system is really good also. Thanks for your information. Anything to be safe with. That's correct. Grandma Patty on the disaster stuff. The last three Google jokes made my 10-year-old grandson laugh. I wholeheartedly believe in preparedness. Whether or not I am fully prepared, only time will tell. I have a 2.5-gallon Berkey and a 4.5-gallon Berkey, along with 20 Seychelles purifying water bottles. I have a good-sized box of filters for filtering out fluoride and radiation as well as bacteria. I also have water treatment that kills viruses. Well, what I don't have is enough water stored. You know, I live near a lake, so I'm not worried about water. I mean, I realize it'll be irradiated or radiated, but, you know, in a situation like that, you're not going to live anyway. Anyway, she talks about what she's stored and she's prepared is what she's saying. And that's good. Disaster, this is Doodah. Seems those items would be good for deep woods boondockers in case of a vehicle failure. Yeah, they would be, and that's one of the reasons I carry them. Because if I did get stranded out there in the boonies somewhere, I could get by for a few days till I hopefully figure out a way to get the hell out of there. SRM, disaster. Hiya, Rusty. In regard of purifying water during a SHTF scenario, some may or may not know this, but you can even use regular bleach. Yeah, you can. You can use Clorox to purify water enough to make it safe for drinking. But it is right. A few drops per gallon works well. But on another note, I must say that I'm kind of surprised that with you living in the country, you don't have your own garden growing out of your back for canning your own fresh foods to stock and eat. Anyway, cheers. You know, I gardened when I first came out here, and I've gardened before. But, you know, when you can't go traveling and gardening. You know, a garden you got to stay with and work it. So I don't do that anymore. Cheryl on disasters. Good points, Rusty. I'd definitely add some food to your little pile, though. It says a 5-pound bag of rice lasts years, is under $5, and will keep one person fed for a week in a grid-down situation when the stores are empty. Add 5 pounds of pasta, 5 jars of sauce, and a container of oatmeal. Don't forget some granola bars and a bag of trail mix, and on your way to having a month's supply of food. And you could be out the door for around $25, and all of it would store on one shelf. Yeah, it would. You know, that's a good point. I've got some dried beans, and I do have some rice and stuff. But again, you know, I'm hoping that I never have to use it. Disaster survival. Joe, thank you, Rusty78609, for your responsibly covered survival tips. I have been using your Class P Prius hints. Love your variety of topics. Yeah, the reason there's a variety of topics is because whatever hits my mind, I just do a video. I mean, anyway, it's pretty simple, guys. RV industry, Francis, 75-pound limit for no inspection. Good info. Yeah, in Texas, they just passed that law, and it went into effect September the 1st. It was 4,500. Francis, RV industry, a lot of jails and law enforcement in Burnett, Texas. It makes me wonder. Well, it's no different than every other town in the United States. There's not a lot of jails. Well, they got prisons. Now, see, that's different. You know, the USA has more people in prison than any, as a percentage of population, I think, than any country in the world. Jesse, always good to know basic survival tips. That's correct. Tiny home, cool tiny home. Thank you. Laura, RV industry, love your driving video. Makes me want to live in Texas. Well, you know, it's where you live in anywhere. You know, you pick a city. You know, don't pick a state. Pick a location. Pick an environment that you like. You know, and don't worry about the name of the state or whatever. Just pick an environment. If you like cool temperatures, you want to be at 5,000 feet to 6,500 feet, find you a place to live in that area. You got it. Scotty on disaster. Wow, cool disaster survival, Rusty. Thank you, Scotty. RV industry. Rondlin 100. I love your driving and living. Jiving, no, driving and jiving, I guess. Rusty, hey, how long have you lived in that area, and how did you come to live there? I'm so looking forward to your first trip in your new RV, and I'm excited you'll be taking us along. Bye-bye from Middle Tennessee. How long have I lived in this area? My gosh, 20 years, 22 years, I guess, or more in that area. How did I come to live here? Basically, for some reason, I lived in South Texas, and when I moved up to the hill country, I had been living in the Victoria, Texas area, which is very humid, elevation about 200 feet. Well, the elevation of Victoria, Texas is about 80 feet above sea level. Out in Mission Valley, where I lived, it was about 150 to 200 feet. But I chose the Texas Hill Country. I just like the way it looks. I like the lakes. I like the environment because it's a vacation area, so you kind of get that vacation flavor. And it's close to Austin, not real close. It's probably an hour and 30 minutes or so to Austin, Texas, which is, if you have to go to a big city for something, you can, which I never do anyway. But and then you got Georgetown. And it's just a nice, conveniently located area. Every little town around me is under 6,000 population. There's Marble Falls, Llano, and Burnet, and Kingsland, of course, which is not even a town. So anyway, it was basically by plan, design, and then when I did some traveling, I'd come and go from here when I was RVing, and then finally I found a spot, and about, I don't know, 14 years ago, I found these lots and bought them, and then this became home base. So that's it. But yeah, enjoy your travel. This is Angela on the car Prius Camping. Eating and recording is not working. Thanks. Yeah, I did that and still do it. Ronlin 100 Disaster. Thanks for the info, Rusty. I placed an Amazon order through your link last night. Well, that was you then. Thank you. Can't wait to get my Max Air fan and other camper goodies. Yeah, I hope you enjoy that, and I want you to give me some feedback on that Max Air fan. I've never had one, but I know they appear to be better. I've been in places that have each the Max Air or the Fantastic, and I did like the Max Air fan better because it's got that cover where you can leave the vent open and the fan going even in the rain, and that'd be very handy. Larry on comment call, Rusty, there is an aftermarket igniter you can add to your water heater. They are not too expensive. Yeah, I've looked at those, and if push comes to shove, I'll probably do it. They're around $100 and something or in that range. And the trick is installing it. You got to drain all the water out of your tank, drill some holes, hook up some electrical wiring, and we'll see. I may. I mean, because it would be very convenient to be able to have a switch on the inside, and punch it, lights the hot water heater, so I don't have to go out and light it whenever I want to take a shower and stuff. This is Will on Disaster. He says RV. Yeah, I think I said something about my RV coming soon. This is Connie on the Disaster stuff. Going to get me some straws. Yeah, it doesn't hurt, guys. I mean, you just never know. Of course, again, I live in the Highland Lakes area of Texas. We got the Colorado River, so there's basically a permanent river, a water supply. But even if you catch rainwater, it would be better to filter it through that straw. Okay, because I've used a water catchment system here. I have two 50-gallon tanks out there, and in a 1-inch rain, you can catch, my God, 60 gallons of water. I'm telling you, it's amazing how much water you can collect off of this cover I've got. And but even then, if I didn't use it for drinking, I just used it for showering and other stuff. Never did drink it. But if I did drink it, I would use that straw or those tablets. Anyway, this is the last one. Scotty on the propane link. Cool propane, Rusty. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, be sure, just start yourself if you're RVing, just, once you get into routines, then they become habits, all right? That's what they are. And if you make it a habit of every time you refill your propane tank to check around the connections in that area for leaks, that's a good idea. And as far as the inside, you've got that detector, or I've got one that detects all kind of stuff. And so, hopefully it works. But I've never had a propane leak inside an RV, never. So having said that, guys, from Central Texas, USA, this is Rusty78609 saying thank you for using the Amazon link in the description. Appreciate that. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy USA made when you can. Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day will not hurt you. In fact, it's good for you. It'll help you avoid gout, kidney stones, and it will help you lose weight. And it'll also do a lot of other things. It helps you look younger because it does help your skin. You don't get that old wrinkly skin from being dehydrated. So that's another good reason. That's just drinking water. And then another thing you can do is take deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth several times a day. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress does what? Lowers your blood pressure. Is that good for you? Hell yes it is. And then stretch, walk, which I'm fixing to do in just a minute. And I'll do that for about an hour, and I do that every morning, 7 days a week. If it's raining or cold, I'll go to a shopping mall or Lowe's Hardware or Walmart and do my walking. And having said that, I'm going to try something today that's going to be new. This is not a new beer. This beer is called Frio. They sell it in Texas at this local HEB, family-owned grocery store. It's 92 calories, 2.8 carbs, and 4% alcohol. So it's really a light beer. And what I'm going to try, when I was overseas years ago, and even when I was traveling in my RV at times when I didn't have electrical hookup, I would drink my beer at room temperature, and that's better for you actually than having it really cold, because the really cold beer, drinking really cold stuff for extended periods of time is not really good for you. But having said that, in Texas, if you don't have cold beer, you're not living. All right, that's because this is a hot state. And but I'm going to try the going back to room temperature beer, and the reason is it would certainly alleviate some refrigeration problems and give me more space. It's just something I want to do, and I'm also going to eat less. I'm going to go back to the old 1 meal a day thing. Because I felt better, and because we don't have to eat 3 meals a day, folks. Even though this is a totally another topic, you don't have to eat 3 meals a day. Our body was never geared for eating 3 meals a day. Okay, it wasn't. The reason it's designed for 3 meals a day today is because we got places like McDonald's and a million franchise restaurants and grocery stores that are telling you that here's the food pyramid. You got to do this, this, and this, and you got to do it 3 times a day to stay healthy, and that's all crap. You can go with 1 meal a day, period, in my opinion, in old Rusty's opinion. And what does that do for you? You'll be more alert, your weight will be in balance, and you'll just be healthier, in my opinion. There's a test they've done on mice, and they've done it on a lot of other animals, and without exception, the animals that eat, and rodents, or whatever you want to call them, even birds, that eat 30% less live 30% longer. Anyway, check it out. That's just, who knows. Adios. Bye-bye.